everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys another prom makeup tutorial. This is an easy glam look. It's multi-stepped, but I promise it's easy, so if you'd like to see this look, please keep watching. So all I have on right now is some toner, under eye cream, and just some face moisturizer. I'm going to be using some more moisturizer actually to start this look off. This has been a favorite of mine recently. This is by First Aid Beauty. It is the Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. So this is great if you need that little extra moisture, and then it also primes your skin at the same time. I found that this application is really nice and it doesn't make you look oily or anything like that. I was a little worried about using moisturizer on top of this. You can definitely use this as your one-step moisturizer. I, however, have been very dry recently, so I have been using both, and I'm just gonna put this all over my face. I know a lot of people skip color correcting, and you definitely can skip color correcting if you want to as well. I don't use it as part of my daily makeup routine, although I have been getting into it more recently, just because I feel like I've had more skin problems recently. I'm pretty red. I don't know if you guys can see on camera because sometimes this does a good job blurring out those imperfections. I am pretty red all the time on my cheeks, and I kind of have quite a few blemishes right now, so I actually do like to do that little extra step, but you don't have to. I'm going to be using two favorite products of mine that I pretty much use in every video. First one I'm going to use is for under my eyes to control my dark circles. This is the Dior Fix It Color 2-in-1 Prime and Color Correct. You can put this all over your face. I generally only have darkness under my eyes, so I don't go crazy with this. Usually the other blemishes that I have, I'll just use regular concealer over. Put that under my eyes. I look like I've been quite tired lately for some reason. So to blend this, you can definitely use a tool. I am going to use the ones right attached to me. I'm going to be using just my ring finger and just pat this in completely. Because this is a color correct, when I say blend in completely, just basically so there's no harsh lines, but you are obviously still going to notice the color until you apply some concealer over it to get rid of the color. The next favorite of mine that I've used all the time is by Stila. It is the one-step color correct, and this stuff is awesome because it's actually got, if you can see in the bottle, it looks like it's got a mix of colors, and then when it comes out on your finger, it like blends all those colors together, and they all do different things for color correcting, so this is just nice to kind of have that one step. If you've got only one specific concern, you can really use a product that'll probably help a little bit better than this one will, just because this is kind of like an overall color correct, but I've had great luck with this. Again, using my fingers to blend. As if you see me getting a little sweaty or shiny, it is so hot in my room right now. Now I'm going to be using a full coverage foundation for this prom makeup look today. I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I have this in the shade Y255. I really like this. This is my lighter shade because I am pretty pale right now. So I'm just going to use this and put this all over my face, and then I'm going to blend with my beauty blender. I love this foundation because I feel like the coverage is awesome and you really don't need a lot of product. So now that that's blended, before I move to concealer, I like to prime my eyelids just so I don't forget. So I'm just going to be using my Urban Decay Primer Potion in the original type, I guess, not shade, but they have like different ones. This is the original one, and I'm just going to put this all over my eyelids and blend with my fingertips. I just like to have those set for a little bit before I actually apply the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light to Medium Honey. This stuff is amazing. This is another new favorite of mine. I absolutely love this stuff. It's just a stay all day concealer. I feel like you never have to worry about it. And once again, gonna go back in with my beauty blender and blend this out. So for those of you thinking, I know I'm calling this like easy glam or something along those lines, but I know this looks like this is like multi-stepped, and it looks like it could be a little tricky, and I'm saying that because I would have watched this video and have thought the same thing, but I've learned the trick with this is just keep blending. When you think like it looks a little funky, as long as you have the right shade for your skin tone, which, you know, there's people that help you at the store. I still have to have people help me. I'm not that great at matching myself. If you just keep blending, and it'll literally just take care of itself. This next step you definitely don't have to do. I, however, have found recently, since I started doing it, I just cannot skip this step. I'm actually just gonna set my entire face and that includes my eyelids because they are already primed. I just think it really helps. So I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD powder. This is just a setting powder, and the Makeup Forever little Kabuki brush. And you also do not need a Kabuki brush. I, however, really recommend this product, but you definitely don't need the brush to go with it. So you do not need a Kabuki brush or this specific brush at all. As long as you have something that's for loose powder, something a little bit wider and less dense. That's all you really need for this, and all you're gonna do is dab it. For the eyes today, I'm going to be using the Morphe Bronzed Mocha palette. If you guys saw my last video, my more natural prom look, I did use this palette as well. However, we are gonna do something with a little bit more shimmer and something a little bit more popping for a little bit more poppin'. That's why I didn't want to say that, because I knew I was gonna butcher it. We're gonna use something that's gonna definitely make it stand out a little bit more, make it that glam look for prom. No matter what color eyes you have, this palette is amazing and I highly suggest it. Not to mention, it's very inexpensive and totally worth the money. So I know I do things a little bit out of order. Generally, after I do my face and set it with powder, I don't like to finish my face for some reason. I will go back and do that. Like, I like to take like an intermission and do my eyes. So to start this look, I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can get a good look. To start this, I'm gonna be using my SEPHORA Pro Smoky Shadow brush in the number 30. This is nice because it's a great all over lid brush. It's just nice and big. I do want to start with something a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna go 3 rows down, and I'm gonna grab this lighter shimmery shade right here next to the gold one. It's a little bit more neutral. It's got some brown tones, it's got some pink undertone. And I'm going to just go pretty close to the inner corner and then carry this completely all over my lid to the outer corner. I'm also not blending this up into the crease, just barely touching it. Just a nice all over lid color. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of a fluffier brush, and I'm gonna be using my Morphe G13. This is just like a fluff brush. I think that's what it's called online. And I'm going to jump 2 shades over to this darker brown shimmery shade. This is gonna go in the outer corner of my eye. Again, I'm not going to touch my crease yet. Okay, so just gave it a little bit more definition. And before I move into the crease shade, I'm actually going to show you guys a little trick that I learned from Jaclyn Hill. I'm going to be using my Morphe E47 brush. This is just a very straight edge, very short, dense brush. And we're going to be going back in with that Makeup Forever translucent powder. And you're just going to dab some powder without knocking off too much, because you want this to be noticeable. And you're just going to actually grab this and stamp it up to your eyebrow. So as you can see, it's very subtle, and we are gonna blend this out after, but this is gonna be like that little stencil to help do the eye makeup. And stamping it into my eyebrow. I'm just hoping that these are even. So that's the best thing about it. If you mess up, you just blend it in because it's just translucent powder. And that's it. That's just going to be our little stencil for the rest of the eye look. So to keep this line straight, even though I have a stencil, I want something that's going to give me a little bit more control. I'm going to be using my Sephora Pro Smudge brush in the number 11. This is a great, really small, dense brush. So this will be good to go right up against that little stencil line. And I'm going to go back in with the last shade that I used, that darker shimmery shade, and I'm just going to go right up against the little translucent powder mark and not just stamp it, but kind of pull it upwards in the direction about halfway towards my actual eyebrow. So basically only going about halfway is bringing me just to my brow bone when I stretch my eyes out a little bit. Now I know that I'm using a lot of different brushes here. You definitely do not have to use these brushes. I can pretty much do this look with some sort of straight brush and then just a crease brush afterwards to finish it off. I'm gonna use a little bit of a looser end brush. This is the Sephora Pro Tapered Crease, the number 19 brush. And I'm going to go basically with that same shade right from where I stopped here. And I'm gonna kind of carry it into the arch a little bit in the crease and then bring it downwards once I'm heading towards the inner corner. I know this looks a little difficult, but trust me, this brush is so nice because it's so loose, so you can really just touch very lightly and it helps not to make any mistakes. As you can see, I'm not going all the way down. I'm just kind of going 3/4 of the way across my eye with this crease color because I don't want to get it too close to my inner corner. So I want to finish this eye look off by adding a little bit more brightness to it. That did make it a lot darker, but it is going to be nice for the glam part of this look. So I'm just going to be using my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus and a ColourPop shadow brush. And all I'm going to do with this is put a little spray. This is going to really help to bring out the shine and shimmer of these colors, which is exactly what I want to do. So again, just using this little shadow brush, I'm going to get this very center shimmer shade. It's got a little pink in it, a little brown again. It's a little bit more pinky than the first shade that we used, which I think is going to be nice to brighten this look up. This can have a little bit of fallout, so make sure you're just good about tapping it out. This is going to blend so nicely with this crease shade, and I'm just blending a little bit up towards the crease, but again, don't want to take away from the crease color already. Sorry, I forgot to zoom you guys in. Gave it just a little bit more pop, and then I'm going to leave the inner corner for now because I want to pop a highlight in there, and that'll really finish the whole eye look. Until I started doing that translucent powder little trick there, this used to be so much harder for me to get these lines. It was like impossible. Now I'm going to show you guys some very, very easy, very quick contouring with my Clinique Chubby Stick. I use this a bunch. I feel like this goes with a lot of skin tones, and I think it's just really easy to blend also, which is really nice. I'm pretty fair considering the shade that I normally get in the summer, and I've been able to use this in the summer as well. So I'm just gonna do 2 lines and a little bit on my forehead, and then I'm just gonna blend it out with my beauty blender. For now, I am going to leave it so you can see a little bit more clearly that contour. It will not be that noticeable once I'm finished with the face look, but for now it's a nice little line. Now this is a really easy one for this part of the face look. This is by Milk Makeup. It is the highlighter that they have in Lit. It's a very creamy highlighter, and it's perfect under the cheekbone with a little bit of highlight. Nothing too dramatic, but it's going to help to break up the colors but still look pretty natural. So I usually just do one thick sweep underneath the contour, and then you can also apply this wherever else you want. I'm just gonna do a little bit on my cheekbones, and that's it for now, just because I'm gonna go back in with a powder highlighter. Because it's creamy, I like to use my beauty blender a lot for a lot of these steps. You definitely don't have to. You can definitely use whatever brushes you want, or your fingers. However, when it's creamy like this, I really like to use my beauty blender. I think you also get the most out of the highlight by using a beauty blender instead of like smearing it in. And now that I've applied the highlighter, I'm just gonna finish blending in the contour completely. Now I'm gonna add some more highlighter. This is the new favorite of mine. I'm gonna be using the ColourPop Lunch Money highlighter. This is a really pretty, I don't wanna say natural, but I guess that kind of makes the most sense for it. It's not gold, it's not pinky, it's just that nice like white highlighter. And to apply it, I'm going to use my Sephora Pro collection, the Pro contour brush in the number 79, and just going to go over the highlight on my cheekbones. And then I'm going to do my Cupid's bow, a little on my chin, a little on my nose. So to apply the highlighter, I like to use one of the eyeshadow brushes actually, because I think they're a little bit more precise. And I'm going to use the same highlighter, but I'm going to go back in with the Pro Tapered Crease Sephora brush in the number 19, just to dab this in the inner corners. That's just gonna help make the eyes pop a little bit more, but I don't want it to be too white and like that's where you instantly look at. So you can apply as much as you want. That's all I'm gonna do there though. Now with the cheek color, you generally can, and probably most people do, the cheek color before the highlighter. I don't want the highlighter to be like the first thing you see. I definitely want a little color on my cheeks. So I'm going to be using this very well loved, as you can see the bottom, the Benefit Dandelion blush. This is one of my favorites. It's a very buildable blush, so you can really apply as much as you want. You don't have to worry about too much product coming out and then having to work backwards. So I'm going to just apply this on my cheeks, and it'll help. As you can see, it's going to tone down the highlight just a little bit, make it a little bit more subtle. Now I did not forget about highlighting. Actually, it looks like I did because I skipped it. Now I'm going back, but I don't use a brush for this, so I kept the highlighter handy. What I love about these is they're so creamy. I do want to highlight my brow bone, so I'm just going to use my ring finger and grab just a little bit of this highlighter and just kind of pull it towards the outer corner, towards the end of my eyebrow. If you have dark eyebrows like I do, they look especially dark when I'm super pale, so I'm just going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel just to kind of straighten out my brows a little bit, but I'm actually not going to apply a pencil or a color. If you want to use a gel or a pencil, I suggest the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz for the pencil, and I also love the Benefit brow gel, and I have that in the shade 3, the medium shade, so it's not the super light one and it's not the dark one either. You really want the eyes to be the center of this look, so if your eyebrows are already dark enough and they're pretty filled in, I would not worry about doing too much with your brows. I pretty much like that natural brow look with any look that I ever wear. All I'm going to be doing is using, because I stuck with browns, I'm going to be using this brown liquid liner by Kat Von D. It's the Tattoo liner, and I'm just going to apply a very thin top liner before I apply some eyelashes. I'll be right back. I need to concentrate on this or else they come out horrible. So I'll be right back. So false lashes are on, and I did apply a very thin strip of liner on the top. That just helped to kind of make the lashes look a little bit more natural, a little bit more full. Well, first of all, the glue that I'm using is the Duo Clear Lash Glue. So it's pretty much faded now, but I love this because it goes on white so you can see what you're doing, and then it goes on clear so you don't feel like you're messing up. Now, the thing that helps best with false lashes, because if you're like me, they sound very scary, and still they can still be a hit or miss for me. I got the Sephora Collection Bullseye Lash Applicator. I believe that's what it's called. This thing is amazing. I thought that using tweezers was like the same thing, but this has actually helped me a lot. So if you're struggling out there, this is not very expensive. It is from Sephora and it is amazing. I use this every time I do my lashes now. And the lashes that I'm wearing are also from the Sephora collection. They are the Mink Lashes number 32, and they are dramatic. They definitely look like they filled in my lashes more, but I like them because they're not super long, they're not super dramatic. They are perfect for that glam prom look, so that is why I use these today. So I really like the look that these lashes give me, but I am going to be applying a little bit of mascara. I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara. This is one of my favorite mascaras. I'm going to use this on top because this is going to really make it that really dramatic. So you can see the difference immediately as soon as the mascara is applied. I think it's just because using so many browns as eyeshadow kind of tones down the lashes almost. I also like using this mascara for them because it's such a dark mascara. And I am going to use something a little bit thinner for my bottom lashes. I use this all the time on my bottom lashes. This is the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash, and it's just got a lot thinner of a brush, and I feel like it doesn't come out as thick, so it makes it easier to do your bottom lashes. All right, so that is it for the eyes. We are going to finish there, I promise. And we're going to finish this look off. Oh my gosh, guys. The first thing I'm going to do to finish this off before we move to lips, I know, shouldn't have even said we're finishing it off right now because we do have one more step, and it's just setting spray. I'm going to be using the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. I think this is really, really pretty, not too shiny. It's not going to give you a shiny look, but it's also going to just give you a little bit more illumination, as it says in the name. You can take their word for it. I think it's a really, really nice setting spray. Just a little bit of shine. First step for lip is I'm actually going to use my ColourPop primer. This is a lippy stick by ColourPop. This primer is awesome too. I really think it helps hold your lip color, so I definitely recommend this, and it's so nice because it's such high quality, so inexpensive, especially for prom. I hate when my lip colors fade on me. I'm like, really? This is a mini lipstick, but I love this, and I think they have a full size of it. I got this as a sample and I love this. This is the Marc Jacob lipstick, and it is in the shade Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and I just think it's so pretty. I don't want something too dark for this look, but I don't want something super bright either. All right, so this is just the lipstick, and I really like this, but I'm such a gloss person. Every time I wear lipstick, I always want to put gloss on top of it because I just think gloss is so pretty. All right, so the gloss I put on top of this is by the Sephora collection. This is in the shade Rosy Glow. This is a little bit of an older product, so I will try and find it. Hopefully they still have it. I think it looks great on brighter lipsticks because as you can see, what it just did to the actual lipstick was kind of took a little bit of the pink away and brought out the red undertone a little bit. So everyone, this completes the look today. This is it for the Easy Glam Prom makeup tutorial. I hope that you guys like this look, first of all, and I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new here. If you guys could, let me know what you guys think of this look, and I hope that you guys have a great time at prom. Hopefully this video didn't come out too late. I was a little worried. I was a little behind because of finals, so I'm hoping that you guys still can use this video and actually still have your prom to go to. If not, I hope you enjoyed regardless. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.